Nova's new favourite spot. You like this spot, hey? Yeah.
Hello my darlings, it's Chanel and welcome to a new vlog. Today, it's all about the Booker nominated and beautifully bizarre. What happens when the world twists just slightly out of shape? When your body or your memory become unfamiliar? Today, we are diving into two Japanese books that inhabit this dreamy, eerie in-between space. We've got Hunchback by Sao Ichikawa and Under the Eye of the Big Bird by Hiromi Kawakami. Both are quiet but emotionally sharp. Strange, yet strangely human. So the first book, which I did get a copy of for myself, is Hunchback by Sao Ichikawa. So this is the physical copy. It's got some beautiful green end papers in it. And this is a sexual fever dream from inside the sick room. We have a woman in her 40s named Shaka, and she is living in a care facility due to myotubular myopathy, which is a severe congenital muscle disorder. Confined physically, Shaka's intellectual and sexual explorations are boundless. She's a kinky lass, and she engages in online university courses, writes explicit erotica, and posts provocative tweets. She just wants to get pregnant and have an abortion like all the other girls. Her expressions of desire and frustration challenge societal norms that often desexualize and marginalize disabled individuals. The plot intensifies when a male caregiver reveals he has read Shaka's online writings, and this leads to a very complex and unsettling proposition that blurs the line between care, consent, and power dynamics. The ensuing events force both characters to confront their vulnerabilities and societal prejudices. The themes in this are of bodily autonomy, societal ableism, power imbalances, and the human need for connection and recognition. In this book, you are locked inside a mind that is sharp, angry, and unapologetically horny. It is refusing to play nice or stay silent. I felt like this book is also giving a literary middle finger to every patronizing narrative about disabled lives being sad. And I found the writing very simple. This is a translated fiction. Does it say who it's translated by? Polly Barton. But the issue I had with it, I thought it was a great read. Let me just say that. The issue I had was the ending was very ambiguous. I don't understand if it is another story or if it is what actually happened, and that bothers the bejesus out of me. But for those of you who don't mind not having a clear-cut answer, that won't be a problem. But yeah, I just wanted to know, is this made up or is it real? Someone please tell me. Comment down below if you've read it, what you think about the ending. Apologies for the jump scare. I forgot to mention, oh my god, my hair. It's windy outside. Look, I can't bother getting a brush. This book was funny as well. I'll give you an example of the humor. I'm a better male, okay? I'm one of the disadvantaged ones too. So please don't make things more difficult for me than they already are. Oh my god. I thought immediately, he's a creep. He's self-identifying as a beta male. He's probably an incel. Fuck. So this was nominated for the Booker International Prize. It did not make the final cut, but I am going to dole out my own awards for these two books. So this one wins the award for the most disquieting, intimate portrayal of chronic illness and sexual needs. Read this if you like furikake, strands, and cream pies. The next book I read was Under the Eye of the Big Bird by Hiromi Kawakami, and this is interconnected short stories about dystopian mothers and children. The book itself is a very strange, delicate novel that balances existential melancholy with quiet surrealism. It is like a dream that lingers upon waking. So there are 14 short stories in this. I'm not going to talk about all of them, especially because the latter ones expand upon the earlier ones. So the first few stories, we have Keepsake, and this is set in a future where children and food are all made in factories, and humans are now being derived from other animal parts. Then we have Narcissi, which is about people who are sets of multiples and about how saying goodbye is hard. We have Green Garden, which is a story where the women far outnumber the men, so they must all reproduce with this handful of men, and then their daughters must do the same. And they are all hoping to produce sons. And then we have The Dancing Child, about mothers and children with unique personalities. We have Under the Eye of the Big Bird, which is about a girl with powers who just wants to be free. Hello, this is all about post-apocalyptic mundanity, about reproduction, evolution, and communal life. It is quite surreal speculative fiction that is very dreamlike and disjointed. There's no real linear plot. It's more about the vibes, and I personally found it very repetitive and dull. It was too slow, too quiet, too hazy for me. It's not my kind of book, but if I was going to give it an award, it would win for the most melancholic view of future utopian gender roles. Read it if you like baby boys, great mothers, and AI. I guess both Hunchback and Under the Eye of the Big Bird remind us that surreal doesn't have to be loud. It can be soft, it can whisper, and it can ache. Out of these two, this one was my favorite. Out of all of the International Booker Prize books I've read, this one is the one that I would have voted for. But those were the two books that I read that were nominated. So I've got so many cats that need pats. I am wearing a perfume today, and today's perfume is by Jo Malone, and it's called Nectarine Blossom Honey. And to me, this smells like a sun-drenched spring nymph sucking on a peach segment. It's juicy and dripped in honey. It is very spring, summer, and perfect for today's weather. I am wearing a lemon dress, but you know, close enough to fruit. We're having some unseasonably warm autumn weather, so I'm going out to soak it up. I'm going to go and hit up the up shops. I'm keeping a lookout for 1920s fashion, just anything that brings me some joy, and then I'm just going to go out for lunch, and that's what's on the agenda for today, so I'll take you along with me. Okay, so this is today's haul. I might have some buyer's remorse. I did get this for Indy though, so I think she'll love it. My favorite buy was the pansy plate, and I just took some lunch to go because I just wanted to come home. Hey Sylvie.